With Epstein's shadow looming over so many prominent people, it's hard not to be drawn to each oddity, each bizarre pattern in media or off-tone tweet, each grabbing our gaze and holding it longer than ever before. We find ourselves thrust into an age of scrutiny. Previously, I had pointed that scrutiny at Schneider's bakery. And today, we hold it under the light once more. Schneider's bakery seems to be a nearly unending source of bizarre and sexual scenes hidden in kids' shows. When creating the last video, I was shocked at not just the enormous amount of content, but how readily available it all was, with every corner of the internet seeming to have proof he sexualized children. I honestly shied away from a lot of the content I had found last time, but after seeing the response you all had to my last video, I decided to dive headfirst into the somehow even darker side of Dan Schneider. If you haven't already, go watch 5 Gross Things to Ruin Your Favorite Shows. I showed you all how Schneider's content lends itself to deep fakes and fetish porn, showing all the scenes perfectly suited to cater to foot fetishes, water sports, BDSM, and tickle fetish, all played out by underage actors and actresses. In today's video, I'll show you the scenes that simply can't be viewed as anything other than advertising his porn shoot prowess. Consider yourself warned. Even a casual Google search yields mountains of photos and blog posts detailing his supposed crimes against his actresses and actors. Dig deeper, and a constant parade of foot fetish photos, tweets, and scenes are prevalent in each of his shows. Bondage and tickle play are rarer, but still somehow hidden in many of his shows, often with one of the girls abusing another or a younger boy in the scene. The man seemed to be almost confessing with each passing year as his shows began to grow more blatant and less nuanced in their advertising of his fetishes. This is what initially led me to wonder if he truly was advertising, showing off what he could create using normal actors in a normal show, right in plain sight, offering up content often rumored to be rampant in Hollywood. The ability to quietly and legitimately cater to this subculture in Hollywood, ensuring not only his continued success as a director, but cementing himself in the inner circle of Hollywood. Thanks to the Harvey Weinstein case, that inner circle has begun to be shown the light of day. An inner circle ruling careers with an iron fist of sexual favors and advances. One with a constant appetite for new hungry talent, hoping to make it big. To make the jump from kids shows and commercials to movies and awards. And who better to turn to than the man defining teen television for nearly 2 decades. The list of people who got their big break shortly after starring or guest starring in one of Schneider's shows is enormous, with many staying buddy-buddy with Schneider right up to the moment that their own fame could propel them away from him. The obvious celebrity to rise this way is Ariana Grande. Victoria Justice and Jeanette McCurdy also followed the same pattern, but to a much lower ceiling. It's not hard to notice that the 2 girls who spent the most time with him, posed for the most photos, and who acted the most loyal also received the most screen time, with both actresses not only having major roles in 2 shows, but later having lead roles together. Lead roles right before their departure from working with Schneider. Again, dig a little deeper into this and you'll notice they consistently play scenes filled with his fetishes. Jeanette's character's constant foot worship and dominant personality towards younger co-stars, and Ariana's water sport and foot fetish with regular abuse from Jeanette's character. Not to mention all the scenes with their tongues out towards the camera and many a liquid sprawl across their face or dripping out of their mouth. The message becomes clear. Play nice, do what I ask, and I'll make sure you move on up. I debated covering the next 2 items. I left them out last time for the same reason I'm including them now. The lack of lawsuits and direct accusations against Schneider. Very early on in Schneider's career, he had a serious scandal. Jamie Lynn Spears. Spears had got pregnant right as the show's contract was running out, leading many to believe that the show had ended because of her pregnancy. But that's not the scandal. The real scandal lies in the odd relationship between Schneider and Spears. Several photos show them being way too close and touchy-feely for an adult man and a 15-16-year-old girl. Add to that the sudden pregnancy and a well-kept secret of a boyfriend, Casey Aldridge. Just 2 years after her pregnancy, right around the time the notoriety from her pregnancy had died down, Casey Aldridge left the picture. This has sent conspiracy theorists spinning for a very long time. Coupled with the odd appearance similarities between Schneider and her daughter, many believe that he is the actual father, using his pull as a director to hire a stand-in to distract people. A stand-in who conveniently left as soon as people stopped caring. Obviously, both Schneider and Spears deny this claim. But adding fire to the flame, Casey is quoted saying that he didn't think it was his child, and demanding Spears get a paternity test in order for him to stay with her. But decide for yourself. If you haven't noticed by now, Schneider has a lot of running jokes and themes in his shows that carry over into real life. One odd one is pool parties. In many of his shows, minors and adults alike are found together enjoying a hot tub or a pool, often sitting uncomfortably close or on top of each other. This in his show an echo of his real life, with allegations of pool parties held for his cast at his home, oftentimes with none of the cast's parents attending. Obviously, very little photo proof of this is found online, but several people who claim to be previous cast members have said he would often invite the cast over to his place to celebrate in his pool. This would be less creepy if he was simply a family friend, but as a boss inviting his underage employees to his home to all swim and party after work, that's just ridiculous. Add to this his foot fetish and water sport obsession, and suddenly a simple pool party sounds even darker. All this adding even more credibility to the idea that Schneider was filming scenes with resale in mind, giving out of place or downright sexual lines to his stars with the hopes of pawning his deepfakes to those craving his specific wear. With Epstein's empire crumbling away and his accomplices beginning to talk, spinning previously impossible narratives about high-profile people seeking sick pleasures in plain sight, is it so hard to believe Schneider may have been doing the same? But don't just take my word for it. Go look at him yourself.
Hey Dan Schneider, I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Vine. Look what you've done to me.
Thanks as always for watching another episode of Privacy and Conspiracy. If there's someone you'd like me to do a deep dive similar to how I've covered Dan Schneider, leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Help me spread the word of PrettyOnBrand by being a brand ambassador today and share this video. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.